Welcome to the session on integers. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify integers, recognize positive and negative numbers, represent integers on a number line, add integers using a number line, and subtract integers using a number line. Integers appear in many situations around us. Some buildings even have underground floors numbered with negative numbers. Temperature can be above or below zero. Mountains are above sea level, while the ocean floor is below sea level. If your bank account has money, it is positive. However, if you owe money, it can be represented using a negative number. Whole numbers are all the basic counting numbers, such as 1, which is represented here using 1 football, 2, represented here using 2 footballs, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Positive integers are simply the counting numbers. They are all greater than 0. Although they can be written with a plus sign, as shown here, +1, +2, +3, +4, and +5, we usually leave the plus sign out. So we usually write 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, etc. Negative integers are less than 0. They always have a minus sign. They help us to describe situations such as debts, temperatures below zero, and depths below sea level. So here, for example, we have -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. 0 is a very special number. It is not positive and it is not negative. Instead, it separates positive numbers from negative numbers. A number line helps us to understand integers. Numbers increase as we move to the right. So if we start at 0, here we've jumped 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, and so on. And numbers decrease as we move to the left. So if we start at 5, we're decreasing by 1 to go to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. 0 is always in the middle of the number line. If we move to the left of 0, so for example here, if we jump 1 to the left, we're at -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, and so on. A negative number is a number whose value is always less than 0. It has a minus, or the symbol dash, sign before it. So negative numbers are represented on the left side of 0. Now let's add integers. We're going to begin by adding positive integers. So here we have the numbers from 0 all the way up to 9. Moving right means we add. So if we would like to add 2 plus 3, we start at 2 and then add 3. 1, 2, 3. And we end at the number 5. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. How do we add a negative and a positive integer? So remember that moving right means add. So if we would like to add -2 and 4, we start at -2, as shown here, and then add 4. So we add 1, 2, 3, 4, and we end at the number 2. Therefore, minus 2 plus 4 equals 2. How about adding a positive and a negative integer? Adding a negative number means moving to the left. So it's the same as subtracting. Therefore, 3 plus minus 5, we start at 3, as shown here, and then move 5 to the left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we end at the number minus 2. Therefore, 3 plus minus 5 equals minus 2. Now let's add a negative and a negative integer. This time notice the number line goes from minus 9 up to 0. So adding a negative number means moving to the left. So in effect it's the same as subtracting. Let's add minus 4 and minus 3. We start at minus 4 here and then go 3 to the left as shown here and arrive at minus 7. Therefore, minus 4 plus minus 3 equals minus 7. What is 4 minus 6? We start at 4 and then move 6 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we've arrived at the number minus 2. Therefore, 4 minus 6 equals minus 2. Let's practice finding numbers. Positive numbers are to the right of 0 and negative numbers are to the left. So here's 3. It's 3 place values to the right of 0. Here's minus 4. This is 4 place values to the left of 0. And of course here's 0. And 5 is 5 place values to the right of 0. And minus 1 is 1 place value to the left of 0. On a number line, the number further to the right is always greater. So if we would like to compare minus 2 and 3, then we have minus 2 here and 3 here. So which is greater, minus 2 or 3? Since 3 is further to the right, we conclude that 3 is the greater of the two numbers. Now let's compare two negative numbers. Which is greater, minus 4 or minus 1? Notice that minus 4 is here and minus 1 is here. Even though negative 4 has a larger digit than negative 1, negative 1 is actually greater because it is closer to 0 on the negative part of the number line. Now let's review some of what we've learnt in the past few slides. If we add two positive numbers, we get a positive number. If we add two negative numbers, we get a negative number. And if we add a positive and a negative number, it depends on the size, on whether the final answer is positive or negative. Let's go back to one of our real-life examples. Let's consider temperature and negative numbers. Notice that water freezes at 0 degrees centigrade and water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. However, it can get colder than 0 degrees centigrade, and as indicated on the thermometer on the screen, you can see that negative values of temperature are also indicated here. Suppose the temperature of a substance is 45 degrees centigrade. If its temperature drops by 57 degrees centigrade, what is its new temperature? Our equation now becomes 45 degrees centigrade minus 57 degrees centigrade to give us minus 12 degrees centigrade. Therefore, the new temperature of the substance is minus 12 degrees centigrade. Let's now take a look at another real-life example, credit and debit. If I have money in my bank account, then I have a credit. If I owe the bank money, then I have a debit. When I deposit money in my account, this is represented by a positive number on my statement. When I withdraw money from my account, this is represented by a negative number on my statement. Let's now take a look at an example. Suppose I have 50,000 Tanzanian shillings in my bank account. How much do I have left if I withdraw 60,000 Tanzanian shillings? So my equation is 50,000 minus 60,000, which means my account is in debit by 10,000 shillings. In this session, we've learnt that integers include positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0. Positive numbers are greater than 0. Negative numbers are less than 0. Integers can be shown on a number line. Adding positive numbers means moving right, and adding negative numbers means moving left. Subtracting means moving left, and subtracting a negative number means adding. Now pause the video and have a go at these exercises. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. Now pause the video and have a go at these exercises. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. Now pause the video and have a go at these exercises. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. Now pause the video and have a go at these exercises. Press play when you're ready to view the solutions. Solutions are coming up shortly. This brings us to the end of this session. Do attempt the exercises in your textbook related to this topic. Thank you very much for listening.